Hello and welcome to another Plus One segment. Joey's not here. Well, he's here, but he's not in the studio today. He's on Zoom, and we got a special guest. We have St. Mary's head coach Sean Driscoll on with us, the 2-0 Spartans with a hot start to the season. How you doing, Coach?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for taking some time to chat with us. I'm just going to get right into it, man. Your team is off to a 2-0 start. We could talk about the offense, but the defense really has stepped it up to these first two games, back-to-back shutouts. Just what's working on the defensive side of the ball for you guys?
Yes, defensively, I think, the basics of the game is, getting off some blocks and getting to the football, and very good team defense and everyone doing what they're supposed to do, and that's basic defense. I think we're doing that very well. There's always going to be mistakes and missed tackles here or there, but as a unit, we're doing really well at some of the little things that are making us a good defense.
Offensively, though, you got some new guys on the team that had to get adjusted to the program. But how have they adjusted, and just how have you guys been able to make those adjustments with the injuries that you guys had at the quarterback?
Yeah, so as we lost in the first drive of opening week against Swampscott. Unfortunately, we lost our quarterback, Belliard, to an injury, which was frustrating at times. But we, had some pieces in place. Rowan Merriman has done a great job filling in for him, and we're real comfortable with him at the quarterback spot now, and he's getting better each week, especially with now the extra practice time. Usually the backups don't get as much as the starter, but I will say that he's been doing a fabulous job leading the football team, basically the whole week 1 and week 2. So he's been great, and obviously we love to get our quarterback back eventually, but he's hanging in there. He's getting better every day, so we'll see how it turns and when we can get him back. And other people that are new players in the program have really adapted fast, which is huge for us offensively. Obviously, we're not too complex, which is good, and I think that offense will get better each week.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe. You got questions? Joe, you got any questions for Coach?
Yeah, Coach, how you doing?
Joe, how are you, bud?
Doing well. Gloucester Friday, I just wanted to ask you, a pair of undefeated teams, Friday night lights, it's bound to be pretty physical. What's the message to the team heading in, kind of managing that physicality, but not going overboard, taking penalties, stuff like that?
Yeah, so obviously we have to keep our composure, and I think Gloucester is back to what Gloucester used to be, I think, in the 90s and early 2000s, a very physical program. I got a chance to see them play last Saturday against Falmouth, and I will tell you that I was very impressed. They seem to do a lot of little things, especially offensively, and what they're trying to do is control the ground attack, and which is going to make for a physical game because you have two types of teams that are kind of the same. A lot of seniors, a lot of veteran players on each side, looking to have a successful year, and I think it's going to be one of the better games on the North Shore this weekend.
Yeah, what is it about Gloucester? What's one thing that stuck out to you when you watched them this past weekend?
I would say their offensive and defensive lines. I think they're physical. I think their play at the second level on defense is very good, and they have a slew of running backs. 3 backs or so, they can spread the ball out. And they have a very, very good fullback, which in their offense is probably key for that offense to make that run. And they're a very physical team. And you know what? Those guys, it sounds like they've been playing together for a long time. And this is the year they really put it together. So, and the thing you notice right away, as soon as you get there and you watch them play, even watching them warm up, you can see they're extremely well coached. And Dan's doing a great job there. And like I said, it's going to be a challenge for both teams, and it should be a really good football game.
For you guys, your front line, offense and defense, it seems like those guys have really set the tone for the team. Am I correct? Because they've been.
Yes, going into the year, we told them that's going to be the key to our football team. Is offensive defensive line, and I think a lot of guys returning from last year's team was a little frustrated in how it ended in that first round, and obviously we didn't play well in those positions last year in that playoff game or the last 2 games of the season. And I think they got a little taste of success the last couple of weeks, and it's shown in practice. They got a little more pep in their step, and they're working hard, and they're taking the coaching and They've been great so far this year, and I'm hoping that it continues and they continue to get better. It's week 3, and there's a lot of concerns as a head coach for how your team is doing in certain areas, and we're progressing pretty good, but we still have a long way to go when it comes to some basic stuff up front on both sides of the football.
You go.
Coach, anytime a team's going to go far, I mean, when we talked in the preseason, you said the goal is to, be around during those state title games, state semifinal games. Every team that goes that far has got to have great chemistry, a great brotherhood. How's that been going in the locker room, and is everyone enjoying themselves?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's some great relationships, and sometimes at a private school when you have maybe 4 or 5 different cities or towns that are coming in and men together. But like I said, these kids have been together for a little bit now, and for this year and previous years. So I am extremely impressed on how they handle themselves and the maturity that's coming through. And I think our goal is this, as I say all the time, we want to compete in every game, and we want to try to be there, obviously, at the end, like every program does. And it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of hard work, and it's a grind. So as far as being a physical football team and doing the little things is what we're trying to, install on them. And I think that we're getting there. And I think this week will be a big challenge for us this early in the year to see where we're at.
Awesome. And my last question is just about Tyron Hound from Lynn Classical transferred over to St. Mary's this year. How's it been having him? Because he's very energetic and very passionate, huh?
Yes, I'll tell you, he's a great kid. We're glad to have him. We're fortunate to have him. He's someone you'd want around your program. I only wish we had him for 3 other years before that. He loves the game, studies the game, knows the game well. And like I said, he's a quick learner, and he's a big part of what we do on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, Coach, the benefits of that 3-headed backfield, right? Late in games when you need to run out the clock, you got the speedster with Jennings, then you got the power with Rowan and Tyron. Just how much of X factor is that, just having those 3 different types of backs in your backfield?
Yeah, it's great to have options and different things when certain part of the game might not be working. You always have someone else to go to. A lot of those guys, they play both sides of the ball, so they help each other out by being able to rotate through on defense and offense. But as far as those running back tandem goes, that's one of the better ones that we've had. And they run the ball physical. And then you throw in Matthew Lule as well in there to make 4, and he's coming along. He's getting better at the position. So we're pleased with the way they're performing, and it is very good for a football team to have some depth at a lot of spots, and that we feel we do have that on this year's team.
All right, Coach, I know we got to let you go. Busy day for you as you prepare for this week's opponent. You guys will be traveling up to Gloucester to take on the Fishermen. 7 p.m. kickoff or 6 p.m. kickoff?
7 p.m. kickoff, yes, and I look forward to going up there. I'm sure it's going to be a great atmosphere and a good night for high school football.
All right, Coach. Thank you once again for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, that is St. Mary's head football coach, Sean Driscoll, that's joined us. Coach, we'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All right.